right. Well, you know what? I just talk about whatever, and sometimes I like to talk about just some scumbags on the internet and people who, obviously just somehow got ahead, and it doesn't really make sense because they end up being a piece of shit. And nobody kind of in my mind has been resonating so much like this as that Hasan Piker douchebag. Now, this guy is a Twitch streamer. I believe he just streams games sometimes, but oftentimes he'll just blabber about a bunch of bullshit, and he's clearly a leftist scumbag. And now, as much as it doesn't make sense, there are so many leftist scumbags who have somehow became famous and or sort of famous. I wouldn't call him super famous. He's just another streamer douchebag who got his start in, his stupid idiotic fucking takes. But this guy is like literally supports terrorists. Like, what the fuck, Twitch? Like, really? Like, what the hell do they are they doing here? So here, this is the article. There's so many cases. I mean, this is the type of leftist scumbag that does this. They're just like, it's a left-leaning policy to support Hamas because of Palestine and Israel bad, huh? So we'll do that without realizing that the Houthis are literally terrorists. They kill people, and Hamas kills people, and that doesn't stop them from being like, oh, we gotta support them. We gotta support their rights and freedoms. These people are just shams. They live in Western countries, and they can be as obnoxiously and foolishly leftist as they possibly want, and they get away with it because they have large followings. Now, Twitch is a bullshit platform full of the worst scum out there. A lot of I feel like a lot of scumbags gravitate towards Twitch, and I've seen a lot of that. They just it Twitch attracts a lot of completely whorish women and a lot of scumbags like Hasan Piker. Now, he is kind of the poster child for the left, and he gets in fights with Asmongold, and he's like this. He's like this kind of dude who, kind of, he champions these leftist politics. Of course he's pro LGBT, and of course he's, hates Trump, and of course he's like that. But I mean, the fact that Twitch can literally support someone who is pro-terrorist is fucking ridiculous. And let's get a look at the Twitch CEO. He looks like an absolute creep. Man, check that motherfucker's hard drive. Dear Lord. But so I would imagine that this guy is up to all manner of weird ass shit behind the scenes. Check that motherfucker's hard drive. But these are the types of people that prop these other people up. You got this scumbag, and you got this scumbag, and together they formed like a scumbag alliance. Isn't that funny how they are like that? So I mean, I never even knew this guy existed like a year or so ago, and now he's all over your feeds, and he's this big streamer making millions of dollars because why? Doesn't make sense. The internet does not make sense. The people who become famous oftentimes don't deserve it. And actual pieces of shit like this somehow just got a following. It doesn't need to make sense, but it's what happens. And lo and behold, here's a guy who's going out and saying, Hamas is, we gotta look out for Hamas, we gotta look out for terrorists, and like these are the types of people that he's supporting. And how the fuck is that allowed on Twitch? How? He's supporting people who is against But where does this dude live? Anyway, let's do some research on this Hasan Dogan Piker dipshit. Hasan Dogan Piker, born in 1991, known as Hasan Abi, is a Turkish online streamer, YouTuber, influencer. Was the influence horrible fucking left wing bullshit? Yeah, so he's a political dude. New Jersey, of course. He's a Muslim, raised Muslim. Fucking 2.8 million idiots, hey? 2.8 million fucking idiots and 1.5 dipshit subscribers on fucking YouTube. God damn it. You know, how did these people do it? And so you got to wonder if these got to be up some shifty shit. He's like got some kind of scam program that funnels things to Twitch viewers to him somehow. For sure, this guy's up to some kind of scam. And yeah, like I mean that's the thing. Like look at this. Where does it say where he lives? Bet you it's in the States. Here, let's look it up. Where does Hasan reside? Hasan resides in Los Angeles. Of course he resides in Los Angeles. The fucking epicenter of scumbags in the world. During a Twitch stream in August 2019, Piker mocked Representative Dan Crenshaw, veteran served in Afghanistan, of course. Same stream, he criticized comments on September 11th, saying America deserved 9/11. You know what? If any person had said that, they should instantly be banned on all social media platforms that America deserved 9/11. You're basically insulting thousands of people who died that day. What a fucking dumbass. And this is the type of scum that we're dealing with. He's literally a terrorist, and they're fucking supporting him and paying millions. Now, speaking of being a terrorist, look at old Ubisoft. Whoops. Dear God, I cannot get over how much of a low life that fucking Twitch CEO looks like. Where is it? There we go. Okay, so lo and behold, Ubisoft pays this fucking guy $76,000 to stream Assassin's Creed Shadows. It's like these leftist scumbags just all hang out together, don't they? They're just the same pile of rats living in a hovel who do that. And look at this money that fucking YouTube pays out to these people just for what? Streaming a video game? And this scumbag's got this for, supporting terrorists who hurt people, innocent people, and, terrorize the Middle East. They just, there's no low lefties won't reach. There's no low. There's no crime that's too bad for lefties not to support, as long as it's anti-Trump, as long as it goes against the right, as long as it's not right-leaning. They will literally, there's no low that these scumbags won't get to. And this Hasan Piker dude, this is just a fucking absolute scumbag. Look at him. Look at these two people. Who the fuck would want to support these two creeps? Honestly. Our world, man. And that's the truth of the matter of these lefties, is that they are quite literally trash. They're just trash people. They're just absolute pure trash that somehow got a following. Doesn't make sense. And these people are always like, they're, oh, what's Hasan up to? It's like, I don't give a fuck. It's like, I know that this guy's a scumbag. I know that he, wants to be a terrorist because that gives him fucking some kind of viewership, like, oh, but look at it's like the same thing as it's the same thing as all these people like who are walking through the streets and support Palestine. You can support Palestine, but don't support Hamas. It's like the Palestinian people are just caught in the middle of a horrible terrorist organization and, a war against Israel. And the Palestinian people are just stuck in this. It's like, you could be humanitarian, but don't be such a leftist scumbag that you're literally rooting for horrible terrorists that would behead you in an instant and capture innocent people and torture them. It's and Twitch is the one actually supporting these people. They actually support these people. They literally support terrorism, and it's hilarious. It's hilarious that they would consider this as their thing. But yeah, I mean, Hasan, absolute scumbag. You know, you just you just there's no low that this guy won't go to. He will he will yeah, he will literally fight for any cause that's anti-Trump, and he will literally hate anyone in anything that isn't a complete leftist dipshit. That's who Hassan is. He's just a trash human being, and you can smell it from miles away when you look at this guy. When you can just see, I don't understand how all his followers just don't see that. Is it like, how could you not look at this guy and not immediately think that guy's a scumbag? It's crazy. But you know what? That is what these people are. And look at this, like, yeah, right, the firefighters. He's like, oh, he's there to help. I'm there to help. You know what this guy does? Is he goes around pretending to be such a good person, but he's really just an absolute trash human being. And he will support terrorists, and he will support people who commit awful crimes just because that's what he deems correct. I mean, he will literally go out of his way to say Houthis and Hamas are good, and support gay rights. He probably takes it up the bum a few times. It's the same thing as that, like, there are so many scumbags in our world that got ahead. There's just so many. Andrew Tate, all these people, they just become, yeah, it's like our world wants to, our world, yeah, and especially the online world. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't good people out there who did get ahead, but I am saying that people like him weaseled their way into stardom and money somehow. And our world seems to, you know, our world seems to have a way of promoting people that are just trash. Absolute scumbags, and somehow, some way, they weaseled their way into a following. And you know what? Probably the people who follow Hasan are just as much of a scumbag as he is. It's like, that's probably almost guaranteed going to be the case. I mean, look at this dude. So, I mean, yeah, you cannot you cannot, like, think that you got people like this weird creep ass CEO supporting these absolute trash like Hasan, and it's all a network of scumbags making money off of idiots. It's like, Like that's our world. Those are the people that exist in our world. And you know what? I've trolled this motherfucker on Twitter. I haven't gotten any bites from him, but I've called him out some pretty hilarious trolls. Yeah, I mean, this is the type of person who yeah, he'll like, oh, my charity streams, and he'll probably pocket most of it for himself. I mean, that's the type of person he is. Provocure gamer. But yeah, I don't know. Hasan Abi, absolute scum human being leftist. There's really not much more to say about that. Supports terrorists. Somehow Twitch allows this to happen. Uh, Twitch is Twitch is just a hive of scum and villainy, and people like him are, I'm sure there's thousands of people as bad or worse of a scumbag as he is. But at the end of the day, Twitch is just a hive of just absolute trash like Hasan. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Hasan. Piece of shit human being.